So first thing we want to do is we want to use a 2.5 millimeter hex wrench and loosen up the bolts from the bottom. We'll flip it over and take the bolts off from the top, make it easier to get to, and you don't have to worry about dropping them on the floor. Once that's removed, we'll go ahead and loosen up the 2.5 millimeter bolts on the HMI. After we remove both of those, we will disconnect the HMI cable by unscrewing the top bolt, or unscrewing it and pulling them off and out. Now we will disconnect it by opening up the clamps and sliding them over the handlebars, and there you have the HMI controller removed. To reinstall, we will come up from behind the handlebars, making sure the wires are on the opposite side, and slap them back on by opening up the clamps. Now with our 2.5 millimeter hex wrench, we will go ahead and install the bolts back into the clamps. Once we have the bolts installed, we'll snug them up and get in position, and we'll take the thumb controller and we'll come up and under the handlebar and install the two bolts for behind the thumb controller. And we'll do that facing upwards, so you don't have to worry about dropping the bolts to the ground. Keep them loose, and then we'll flip it over, come back from underneath, and tighten the bolts up to a nice snug position, making sure that the cable is wrapping from the back to the front of the handlebars going underneath. Now, to connect the cable back together, we'll look for the little notch that's inside there. As you can see, there's one on the top and a groove on the bottom. And we'll align those together, push them together, and screw the cables back in place. And there you have it. We have now installed the new HMI.